Welcome, everyone. So today, this is another episode in the series that we are having NFIS organizing with the NGO partner in several parts of Northeast. Today, we are delighted to have BINOD MARDI from joining us from Srirampur, from Bodoland Territorial region, bordering along with West Bengal. Then we are also delighted to have SUSANTA CHAKMA, who join us from Changlang, Arunachal Pradesh, representing the CHAKMA community. So I welcome all of you to be part of this online seminar that NFI is having for the past a month ago. So before wasting further, I think let's start off with the two of you, and you can now tell us quickly about your name and the organization you represent and the number of children, the children that you serve. Very quickly, about 1 minute each. Susan, can you unmute yourself and take your time to introduce quickly about yourself and the organization?
Yes. Now, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes. Hello, my name is Sushant Chakma from SNEHA. See, due to COVID-19, the enrollment of children at SNEHA schools has gone down this year. So right now, we have hardly 500 students in 2 schools. I think this is okay. Can you hear me? Hello, MK. Do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. So, okay, let's go in more detail in the few questions that we'll be having in the next, as we carry on. So yes. Binod, can you quickly tell us since how long you have been working there and how many children you have served and your name, what is the name of the organization you work? Binod, please come on.
Hello.
Carry on.
Okay, namaste. I'm BINOD MARDI from Srirampur, Assam, BTC area. I have been working with this organization, which is founded by me since 2012. And now we are working with more than 400 children.
Thank you very much, Binod. Okay, so we have fair idea about where you are located now. So before going deep, before coming to the school that you have started, can you? This will be a question to the both of you. Can you take 10 minutes each? First to Binod. Can you tell us about the community that you serve, say the community of Santals, and it could be some other non-native tribes as well, and how are they different from the Santals of Central India and the Santals of Assam, and what are the political, economic, and several other social backgrounds of this community? Maybe some bit of history you can also give. What is their situation before you start these schools and before you founded this organization? Can you give a little bit background of this community, how they were different from the Central Indian Santhal community? And I mean, as far as you can go, you can take about 10 minutes. Is that fine? Please go on.
Yes. Actually, I'm coming from Santhal community, which is very deprived in Assam in compared to other parts of India. After my graduation, I joined in a private school where I came to meet so many small children coming from our community and other communities also. same in Srirampur area where we are located now. So after looking at the children or knowing to the children, I was very upset. I was very upset, and I was trying to meeting the children, going with them to the villages, and I saw that we are the deprived or poorest of the Northeast, if we say. Our people, most of them, after the ethnic riots, 1996, 1998, we are totally deprived. Now our community is almost like broke down now. So now I was thinking that how can I help these people? How can I help these little children to whom we are or I'm working with? So now I started helping the little children, and I saw the smiling face to the children, and to help more children, I started thinking to form an organization. And I met some of the senior knowing people to me and to whom I know, and we formed Sido Kanhu Reach Out in 2010. But after a year, we have to stop that organization, and I have to leave the organization. And with some great personalities like Raju, Madam Monica, and Jenny, with the help of them, again, with some of my friends here in Srirampur, I started again an organization called Sido Kanhu Institute. This organization is mainly to educate the marginalized children, because what I saw in my community is we are highly illiterate in compared to other caste or community in Northeast or in Assam. Here we are the most backward in all the fields like education, political, and social. The place where we have formed or we are here in Srirampur, mostly people do not have sufficient food to eat during those days. So they had to go for collecting fish, collecting firewood. Some they go for daily wages and manage their families. So I thought, how can I help or how can we help these people while they are away from home for a whole day? And the children roaming here and there, going, some they go for school, some they don't go for school. So we have started thinking that let's do something for these children. And then we started in 2012 called Sido Kanhu Institute. And from this school or organization, we are always trying to reach out and try to know the people around here. Not only the Santals, we are also looking for the backward communities within the area that where we are working.
Binod,
Yes. Yes.
If I disturb you, we
It's
will
okay.
we will come to where how you started. Okay, but before we come to that stage, we wanted to understand how the Santali community in Assam are different from the Santali community that were living in central India, in Chhattisgarh, in Jharkhand, in Madhya Pradesh. What is the differences and the benefits that they enjoy in other parts of the country, but they do not enjoy in that part of Assam? Can you tell their background, how they have migrated to Assam from central India?
Migration, about migration, I will not be able to tell you much because different historians say different way. But here in Assam, in compared to the like Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, or Odisha, we are highly deprived. And though we have ST status in other parts of India like Chhattisgarh or Odisha or Jharkhand, Bihar, Bengal, but we do not have. Though it is our legal status, but we do not have. So our people are fighting for this, but still it has become a political game, I think, like this. So in this connection, we can say that we are politically deprived, that we are not allowed to come out with our legal rights. And that's why we have, since we are deprived, so we do not have political leaders also. We do not have MLAs, we do not have MPs in Assam. And we do not have government employees also in good ranks. Only what I can see that only teachers we have in Assam.
The BINOD, if I ask you a little bit deeper.
Yes,
say,
ask me, please ask me.
Yes, say the tribal status that the Santhal community, the Gons community, the other Central Indian tribal, the Adivasis. So the kind of benefits and entitlements enjoyed by this community were completely denied and deprived. I guess, which is not not the same everywhere, especially in Assam.
Yes.
Also, do you also have the political rights to exercise your franchise in Assam by this community? Can you also share a bit of that?
Okay, since we are in BTC area, firstly I will say this, since we are in BTC area. So say in BTC area, there are some quotas, reserve quotas like ST, non-ST. So though it is 40 or something this year, I do not know much constituency, BTC constituency. But here we have only few where there is non-ST, there we can stand for the election, but not for the many parts of the constitution in BTC. And in Assam, say, as I say, or as I would like to say that MLA or assembly election. On the other hand, since we are poor, since we are deprived of anything, we are lacking of education, we are lacking of collaboration. We are destroyed as what I will say that shall I speak Hindi in Hindi? Hello.
Please, any language you are comfortable.
Okay. So जैसे कि हमारे यहाँ तो ऐसे है जितना कि हमको याद है या हम देख रहे हैं, हम लोग सब तरफ से डिप्राइव्ड है, एजुकेशनली, पॉलिटिकली, सोशली. तो अभी मतलब कि हर एक कोई आदमी यही सोचता होगा कि हम खुद के लिए क्या करेंगे. वो कम्युनिटी के लिए सोचना कभी किसी के लिए मतलब कि हिम्मत ही नहीं होता है. खुद डेली लड़ रहा है कि हमको कैसे खाना है, कैसे पीना है, अपने बच्चों को कैसे देखना है. तो इसी वजह से भी हम लोग यूनिटी में नहीं है अभी असम में. हम लोग यूनिटी में नहीं है, इसी वजह से हम लोग असेंबली इलेक्शन को कॉन्टेस्ट नहीं कर सकते हैं. क्योंकि हम लोग जैसे कि गरीब हैं या अनएजुकेटेड है, हम लोग किसी के जाल में फंस जाते हैं. इधर से भी बुलावा आए, उधर से भी बुलावा आए. हम लोग एकजुट से नहीं लड़ पाते हैं. क्योंकि हम सब मतलब कि यंगस्टर्स को कम अपॉर्चुनिटी दिया जाता है यहाँ पे, जो अपने आप को या खुद निकाल के भी नहीं आ सकते हैं. जो पहले लीडर्स लोग हैं वही के हाथ में ही है हमारा मतलब कि पावर. सो हम लोग यूनिटी में नहीं है और इसी भी वजह से हम लोग कॉन्टेस्ट में नहीं रह सकते हैं एमएलए इलेक्शन भी या लेजिस्लेटिव सॉरी या असेंबली इलेक्शन में भी हम लोग मतलब कि यूनिटी में नहीं रहने की वजह से हम लोग कॉन्टेस्ट नहीं कर सकते हैं. हेलो और पूछिए.
Okay, so let's go to SUSANTA. Susanta, I hope you are able to hear. And let's go to Susanta. Let me ask question to Susanta regarding the same question. Susanta, tell us about the community that you are serving. The Chakma community, how are they different from the Chakma community in Mizoram, the Chakma community in Bangladesh, the Chakma community in Orissa? I don't know.
Tripura.
Yes, Tripura. How are the Chakma community in Arunachal different from the other community? What are the political,
Yes.
economic, and social deprivation that this community has suffered? Which I think that we will come to that in the next point, which give you the motivation to start the initiative that you are doing now. But you're starting the story of your SNEHA's birth. We'll come to that. But before that,
Yes.
the little background about this community in yeah. Yes.
Yes. Uh, there are Chakmas, or say Chakmas are living in 3 countries: India, Bangladesh, Myanmar, and in India. So in India, Chakmas are living in 4 states: Assam, Tripura, Mizoram, and Arunachal Pradesh. The political and legal status of the Chakmas living in Mizoram, Assam, and Tripura are Indians, and they are also recognized as scheduled tribe. But the Chakmas living in Arunachal Pradesh, their legal and political status are slightly different. In 1964, the Chakmas of Arunachal Pradesh migrated from then Pakistan, now Bangladesh, in 1964 and 68. They were actually brought by the government of India. So they have got all valid documents, or say, rehabilitation certificate and etc. all. However, despite so even after, I don't know how many years, 64 to 2000 is how many years? 50 years, I think. Yeah, 50 years. However, in spite of 50 years living in Arunachal Pradesh, or say in India, the legal and political status of the Chakmas who migrated from Bangladesh Yes, sorry, a phone call came actually say this stuff. Yes, I was talking. I was saying that the Chakmas migrated from Bangladesh in 1964, or say between 1964 to 68, are still struggling, or say fighting for Indian citizenship, in spite of 2 Supreme Court judgments in 1996 and 2015. However, there are Chakmas who are born in India, I mean in Arunachal Pradesh, it's like our generations, are citizens by birth. And there is a Delhi High Court judgment also in September 2000. But as citizens of India, that is our generations who are born in India, have franchise rights. But still 95% Chakma citizens in Arunachal Pradesh are deprived of franchise rights and who have been fighting for the last 19 years for that franchise rights. So this is the legal and political status of the Chakmas of Arunachal Pradesh. I just want to clarify, Chakmas of Arunachal Pradesh had to be divided into two categories. Category one, our parents who migrated from Bangladesh between 1964 to 68, they are still fighting for Indian citizenship, and their children, that is Chakmas who are born in India, are citizens by birth, but they are fighting for franchise rights. Then Chakmas of Arunachal Pradesh are deprived of employment, right to employment. That meaning they don't get government services in Arunachal Pradesh. Yeah, there are so many government schemes launched by the government of India and the state of Arunachal Pradesh. Chakmas are deprived of these government schemes. Okay. MK? Hello?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yes, that is the legal status and political status. I think that is very clear, right?
Sure.
Hello.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I think let's continue with Sushant with the other part of the story. So when do you started realizing that the Chakma community are deprived and they were like not given the adequate their rightful entitlements? When did you started realizing in who are you at that point of time?
Yes, I got it.
Who are you at that point of time when you started realizing this fact, and what motivates you to start SNEHA, and any other story that motivates you, that inspire you to do something? Who are you
Yes.
in terms of your education, in terms of your professions, in terms of your living? Where are you there at that time, at that point of time? Can you share a bit of your story?
Yes. Okay. See, realization is say discrimination and deprivation. That realization is still was there since I think I was studying in class 7, 8. Since the time I was since the class 7 and 8, I realized that discrimination being faced by the Chakma community, because Chakma student, I was studying at government higher secondary school at Chokam, now previously Lohit district, now Namsai. So after passing my class 5 examination, or say class 5 in my village, that primary school, I took admission in class 6 at government higher secondary school in Chokam. So where children from diverse community, or say diverse communities attend, including Chakma, local Khamti boys and girls, many. But Chakma students were discriminated. So it was, I can say that right from class 6 onwards, I realized, or say I faced discrimination. Then when I I first class 10, while I was studying in class 11 and 12, also secondary, higher secondary level, I realized about quality education that is lacking in the area. So while I was in class 11 and 12, I had slight or say little bit of motivation towards the quality education. Then after passing class 12, I came to Delhi and took admission in Delhi University and realized the huge gap, gap of quality of education between Arunachal Pradesh, that is in Arunachal Pradesh, and in Delhi. So then itself, I used to have a dream, or say used to dream to start schools. Well, I was still studying in class in my graduation. So that way I passed class. But at the same time, we started political movement for political rights of the Chakmas of Arunachal Pradesh. And I was very active since then. I became even, say student leader, later on the, say leader, or say I will become the general secretary of the organization that is fighting for the political rights of the Chakmas. Then, however, during those days, I used to just think deeply how to say what is the cause of the problems of the Chakmas, or say how the community can be empowered. At that time, I used to think, it is whether it is due to leadership or due to lack of education. So I was just thinking. Then I felt that it is due to lack of education. So my motivation to open schools to provide quality education become deeper. Then in 1994, education to the Chakmas or the Chakma students were banned. Schools in Chakma areas were closed down, teachers were withdrawn and transferred to non-Chakma schools in other districts. Then 4 generations of Chakma students lost their studies. At that time, I think I was in, I forgot after then 1998 or 2000, most probably 1998. We approached different educational organizations in India that run schools. Then those organizations gave free education to Chakma students. So hundreds of Chakma students. And I will say that some of the best schools in India. But I realized that that hundreds of we had thousands of children back in Arunachal Pradesh, and these students, these organizations, handful of or 2 to 3 organizations, cannot meet the demands of the educational needs of the Chakmas in Arunachal Pradesh. So that form became as a catalyst, that worked as a catalyst to form SNEHA. So in 2002, I registered SNEHA in Delhi as a public charitable trust. No, no, not 2002. I registered in 2001. Then SNEHA. Then in 2001, I did not get 12A, that is 12A and ATG under section under the Income Tax Act. Then I approached again to NFI and asked Mr. Jameta, the executive director, can you please share me a trust deed of NFI? Of course, then he shared me his NFI's trust deed. Then they studied my NFI's trust deed. Then then again read books. Then I redrafted my that SNEHA's trust deed. Then luckily I had a friend whose father he was also a former income tax commissioner. Then he edited my trust deed. Then again I formed SNEHA in 2002. Then this time in 2003, in February 2003, I got my 12A and ATG registration. Then, so I can say that there are two reasons of forming SNEHA. One is that deprivation, or say denial of education or ban of education to the Chakmas in Arunachal Pradesh. Second is quality education. Because I was whatever I was not satisfied. Satisfied with the quality of education imparted back in our school, in Arunachal Pradesh. So there are two reasons. Is it okay, or I need to dig more?
I think the other part of the story will come back. I'll come back. Also, since we are also with BINOD, to avoid him sleeping, and he's not getting enough lighting, but still I think he's manageable. Is it okay, BINOD, to continue? Are you making you stay outside your house, or how are you doing it, BINOD?
Inside the house, the network comes very less.
Okay,
no
okay.
Proper network, so I have to come outside.
And there are no mosquito taking you away, right?
Mosquito having. mosquito having. Anyway.
Okay. So we are really sorry for that, but yes, since we have started, we have started this. Let's continue. Yes. No matter mosquito or anything. Okay, our mission is our mission. let's complete. And the same question goes to you, BINOD.
Yes.
So since you have shared the story of the Santhal community and other non-native tribals, their political, economic, and social backwardness, actually, where were you in that time? 10 years ago, 20 years ago, I don't know. I mean, where did you study? What prompted you to think in a way that you should do something? This will also be a little bit of your personal story. Where did you study? How did you form this motivation? How did it came to you that you have to do something for this community? Can you share a bit of your story, as well as how you come to the decision that you will start something? Okay, please carry on.
Yes.
Any language it's comfortable. Okay, we can follow.
Okay.
Don't bother on the language, please.
Okay. Actually, I started my schooling in Srirampur mission. In Srirampur, I read in Assamese actually. That's why my English is a little broken. Anyway, I will try my best. So I started there in St. Matthew's School, Srirampur, and it was only LP school. So then I had to go to Barpeta Road, since we were actually I was coming from a little well-to-do families in 2000, not 2000, in 99. Sorry, not 99. In 1995, I went to Barpeta Road. There I there I was for 10 years actually. So there I went, and unluckily this ethnic clash between Bodos and Adivasis in 1996 and 98, it broke, and many families displaced, many family members lost, and My family was also totally destroyed, displaced, and was away from home for 5 years. After 5 years, my family went back to my village. But though I was a little bit lucky for my good study, I was not allowed to come out from Barpeta Road. It is a mission school itself. Then I studied there. I passed matric. Then again I passed matric. So father told me that you will not go anywhere. You will study here itself, because if you go home, you also will be destroyed. You also will become bad. So I obeyed father's words and I stayed there, and fathers were supporting me. I went to college first time, and in BH college. It was a well-known college in Lower Assam. I went there. I found no one coming from my own tribes or community. I was feeling unhappy. So what to do? I had to continue my studies. I finished graduation from there. Again, I went to DBI to learn some management course like computer and office management. There also I found very less my people. Then after coming from Guwahati in 2009, I came straight to Srirampur. There I saw that things are not going well with the children, with the women, men. Always they needed someone's help. If our people go for some officials' work, they do not know. They had to hire somebody. They have to come catch some dollars like this. And luckily, once I went to my village and I asked for this one ration card. But many of our villagers they do not have ration card. Then I asked them, why you do not have ration card? Then some of them said, we do not know where to go, how to go home to ask. We do not know how to read and write. So I was shocked, and I helped them to find or get 10 ration cards within 2-3 months like this. So it was good, okay. Then again, when I joined here in primary school, in private school it is, in Srirampur, there also it happened same thing. The school was just nearby bank. I saw so many ladies, all ladies, they come for this, what to say, old age pension. They have to catch some dollars. They get money out of helping them. So ultimately, I thought that let's start for working. Let's start working for education, because whatever I saw in the last few years, always it was lacking for education. Because of this lacking of education, our people do not have confidence. They have lost their unity. They have lost their livelihood. They have lost their homeland. They have been displaced for so many times. I remember still in 1996, 98. Again, it was starting in 2013, like this. Because what I think is that when when I look at our people, we are found only on grass level. When we go to the office, when we go to the court, when if we see the political status, everything is missing because we are less educated. Majority uh, people of our majority are illiterate. So how they will have courage to come out to fight for their rights? And the place where I am here in Srirampur, there are schools. I will not say that there are no schools. There are so many schools, but not functioning well. Parents have to go for daily wages, hunting, fishing, collecting fish, though it is a land for agriculture, but less preferred. And whenever I asked people why you don't cultivate, then they say nowadays we do not get enough crops, though we sow, though we plant, like this. So ultimately, what I think, because of a lack of education, and I personally feel that I was lucky to come out from very backward places where in those places I was the first person to come out with successful matric pass, high secondary pass, graduate, like this. And whenever I look at those people, when I go back to my village, all of them, they come and share their experiences, how they are going without knowing anything. They cannot come and uh, ask for their rights. They cannot go to the office. They cannot tell somebody to give their things, like this. So what I think that education is the main thing. If people are educated, they will have courage to go out, and they will have to courage to fight for their rights. So this is how I thought and started. And one thing is that when I was working in a private school, there I came to connect with some uh, poorest children from our community and from other communities also. And these children were coming without full uniforms. Some they were coming without full requirements like pencil, small things like pencil, copies, like this. So whenever I asked them, some of them they said that our parents are going for fishing, collecting firewood, vegetables, so they cannot afford us. So that's why we come like this. Then I started helping them one or two, telling them don't tell anybody that I'm helping you, like this. So after helping them, I was feeling so happy in my heart. So I thought of this forming an organization through which I uh, can help many children. And luckily, I got fellowship, C. Subramaniam Fellowship in 2011, and from 2015, NFI is with us, continuously supporting us. And now there are around 400 students here. Hello, MKG. Hello.
Yes,
hello,
yes,
Binod ji.
Binod.
Carry on.
Yes.
Tell me, are you done?
Is it okay, or need to add some more things?
Yes, we can continue with other question as we go on, and if something comes to your mind, you can also add. Okay. So so I have few other questions left for you as well. So since you have shared about your story of how you are inspired to start SKI, Sido Kanhu Institute. So on that, I also wanted to add few other questions. Suppose if you were not starting the school, Sido Kanhu Institute, and how would your life be in should you not started the school? Uh, what is the alternative plan? Do you have such kind of thing? Because
yeah, before I go for this answer,
okay.
Before I go for this question's answer,
this question is to both of you, Susan and Binod.
Yes, yes,
you
yes.
can you come first.
Okay. So before I answer this question, I would also like to say one thing which I remember just now. Since I was helped, we were helpless. My family, I lost my father in early age when I was in class 3. Then this internally displaced. So, and I was saying that I was lucky enough because of my good reading. So people came out to help me, and I saw that yes, people came help me, so I could read, and now I can stand on my feet. So I thought, why not I help people, children, those who need help. So for this, actually, I also have thought of starting a school. And yeah, now for this question's answer. After my graduation, I was again helping where I was reading in St. Joseph High School, Barpeta Road. I was helping there. And from there, I was trying to get some government job. And I had a good opportunity to have government job. But I didn't apply for this. I do not know why. My mind did not go there. It was a government teacher's post. I did not go for this. And again, I was trying to prepare for IS exam. I had also collected so many books and was collecting some information, knowledge from some educated persons like this. So I think that I had an opportunity, but it is also an opportunity to help the poor children, to support or to to support our community. If I were to be an officer, I could be busy for my family and for my job. But now I say that it is a good thing that I'm surviving. At the same time, I'm also doing. I'm also मतलब क्या बोलेंगे दूसरों को भी help कर सकता है अभी. Now through this, I'm also helping the youngsters, those who are coming out, and educating the children. So both I will take both opportunities. I had opportunity to join for the government job also, and I will say that it is a great opportunity that I will say that I have been chosen from God that to serve my community, because I have seen that no one is working for the community on education. Everybody is running for money, and personal gain. But I think that it is also working for my family, also for others also. If it's okay.
Yes, I think that captures very interesting story. Sushant, should you not started school, SNEHA school, what would you end up doing now? Can you share a little bit of that? Then we can proceed on to some other questions which I have for both of you.
MK, I think this is, I don't know, I mean, not hardly few people know what I'm saying right now. This is very philosophical, and this is actually really live. Okay, that since my childhood, actually maybe when I was studying 5 or 6, I used to dream to do good works. Okay, but I did not know exactly what to do, and so from class 6,
noble work.
Yeah, noble work. Yes, good work, big works. Okay, great works, noble works, and that feeling continued till I was in final year, from class 5 or 6 to till I was in final year in my law. I completed graduate because I was not interested in a job, and see, I was thinking what to do. I mean, I was not sure what to do, because nowhere I was feeling, actually satisfied, not interested in any other things. till final year in graduation. So here I'm coming to the life. Actually, this is real life. Okay. So when I was in class 5 or 6, when I was dreaming, at that time I wrote my destiny. Okay. I wrote my destiny, and whatever you may call universe or God has answered my prayer. And slowly and gradually, I say after passing, then I'll say that God or the universe, push me towards my goal, towards that my desire. I came to Delhi after passing class 12. I joined the CHAKMA movement. I came to know big shots, big eminent social activists in Delhi, who became my SNEHA's board of trustees later. Then later, how some very powerful and influential people helped me got get 12 ATG registration. This is all I said destiny, because my life, the God or my life, the universe was pushing me to my destiny. Step by step, till I formed SNEHA. Not only formed SNEHA, but destiny took me to NFI, and where my journey started. So, that Shah Rukh Khan says in one film, I forgot, it says, जब आप किसी चीज को दिल से चाहते हो, पूरा कायनात, meaning the whole universe, okay, पूरा कायनात उसको पूरा करने की मदद करते हैं. So that thing happened to me. So in every step I was, pushing, or say God was directing me. Taking me to one step, another, one step, and that helped me in to reach at NFI. And how I went to NFI and how NFI helped me, it's very, I can feel now that.
Susan, we will come to that part. Is that okay? We'll come to that.
So I had no, I just want to say that I had no alternative. I was determined. I did not think anything, and I created my destiny. And God took me to, God or the universe took me in that direction. So there was no question of, I cannot think of, any other things. So what I desire, since my childhood, say school, high secondary, middle school, secondary school, graduation, post graduation, I was thinking. And at that manifested at the right time, and God was helping me, pushing me, helping me, to, taking me to that direction, step by step, put me in touch with the best people, most influential people, okay, political people who are very influential people who helped me to materialize my desires. So I cannot, I cannot think. I cannot imagine, what I would be, because this was my destiny. Okay, thank you. Okay, MK, thank you. Hello?
Yes, Susan, thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much for the very enlightening thing that you have just said. So again, coming to on another questions which I have in mind. You call your school SNEHA. So can you elaborate a little bit on why you call SNEHA, and come to estates, how many children you have served so far, the year that you established till now? Can you tell us quickly on this, why you call SNEHA?
Yes.
children you have
SNEHA
reached,
means
and we'll come to
yes.
NFI's. We'll come to NFI's the support that NFI had extended to you in the later part. Okay.
Yes.
Carry on.
So SNEHA means, because I was dealing with, I will be I'll be opening school. I'll be, handling or say dealing with children. So, hello, can you hear me? Hello.
We can hear you. We can hear you. Please go on.
Yes. SNEHA, yes, because I'll be dealing with children, or say I'll be providing education to children. So SNEHA meaning, in actually it's in Hindi it is called SNE, and in Chakma also we call SNEHA, not ha, actually SNEHA. So SNEHA means compassion. So I thought this is the right term, right? What that SNEHA. So in Hindi it becomes actually SNEHA. This SNEHA actually in Hindi it's called SNE. That extra has become extra that then I really I'm very sorry. How many children we have so far? It will be not less than 2,000 children in 3 schools. So I have not worked on that. I'm very sorry, but it will be not less than 2,000 children in 3 schools.
When you started, with how many children have you started, and how it grows
Yeah.
and how it reaches now? How it
We
reached?
have SNEHA started with 130 children in 2003. Then it grown. Then only in one school at SNEHA school, then the first school. Even the first schools has now last year 600 children like this every year. Then in other schools, sometimes 2,000, 250, 200, sometimes 280. Sometimes this year it has gone down. Sometimes 250. So in 2 schools, it is the enrollment is up down. But in for first school, it is always more than 400. So in between, it fluctuates between 400 to 600. Yes.
Susan, thank you. So again, coming to BINOD, please unmute. And BINOD, can you also share the story? Why do you call Sido Kanhu Institute? Who is Sido? Who is Kanhu? And can you also elaborate how many children you have served so far when you begin, and the next few years, and how many children are you serving now?
So, Sido Kanhu, Sido Murmu and Kanhu Murmu, these were 2 brothers from Santhal Pargana. It is called Bhognadi. Now it is in Godda district. So these were the 2 brothers who fought against the British rule in 1855 before a mutiny. So, and to keep their names alive in our people, this is the first thing. And since we are fighting for education and for other things, so I thought of keeping the names of the organization in the name of these 2 great persons who fought and who freed our people from the British rule. So nothing more, just to keep their name alive. And since they were sorry for coming phones again and again. Okay, nothing more. I will not be able to explain more than this. But what I thought,
I think what inspires you from their lives then?
Okay, since they have dedicated their lives for their people, they have dedicated, they fought and they died for the name of our people. So I thought to keep their name and fight in the name of these 2 great people for our people. so that our people also be educated and can stand on their foot. Is it clear, MKG?
Yes, yes. So how many children are there in your school now, and how many when you started?
We started with 34 children in 2012. Now we have around 400 children in the school. Among them, 90% are Santals, and another 10% will be like Ravas and Kurmis. But majority Adivasi Santals. And we are, including me, now we are 15 of us working after the children in SKI.
Okay. Thank you very much, Binod. So I think we will also now come to the last part of the question. So which I meant around 2 questions I have. Now we now have NEP, National Education Policy 2020. Then we also have new laws amended under FCRA. Since your organization are not having FCRA, then I don't know whether how soon you would also get FCRA certificate from the Ministry of Home Affairs. But if these 2 laws are like hanging around, you and how do you prepare yourself to mitigate the possible impacts by this law in terms of getting funds, or in terms of the school you are not, since you might not be able to join the school complex, which is proposed by the NEP policy, NEP 2020. Suppose tomorrow, if the government comes to you and say, tell you to shut your school because you did not meet the criteria laid down under the NEP 2020, or not able to receive funds from NGOs, from donors, how are you going to mitigate these 2 consequences? Any idea on this? Not? Have you ever thought about it, or have you ever discussed with your board? Any idea? I mean, your apprehension about this. Can you share a little bit?
Sorry. Actually, for these 2, I would always expect somebody to explain more about NFE, because still I'm unable to understand more, and the things going to happen with us. And fund is the main thing. Without fund, though, I cannot expect to run more. So I do not know what to do. Now I'm still wondering what to do. And FCRA we had applied, but it was returned with a letter, good letter, saying that your annual turnover is less than 10 lakhs, like this. So for this reason, we cannot get FCRA. But for NAP, so I will say that I will like to know more from the people, more from the resource person actually.
Okay, so Binod, thank you so much.
Yes.
And, we have been doing this the series on NEP. Maybe some of the recorded that we have kept in Assamese. You can check NFI's Facebook page, and you can listen to the discussion we had with Indrani Datta, who was the resource person for NEP in Assamese. I think you can check that in NFI's Facebook page.
Okay. Thank you.
And the same question goes to Susan. With the looming about this to laws which are amended recently, the FCRA rules, as well as the NAP. What is your apprehension about these two, Susan? Suppose if you are not getting funds tomorrow because of the FCRA, or if you are not applying, that's the different matter. But if a donor tells you that we are not able to sustain this, the support, or what is your mitigation plan for this? And on NEP, if the government comes to you tomorrow and tell you you cannot operate your school independently, you have to be one of the school complex, and you have to join that complex. What would you do? I mean, any thoughts? Even in other aspects of NEP, if you have any thoughts on that, please share.
See, about funding, see, our first school, SNEHA school Dionis, and self-sustainable. So even if we don't get any funds for the school can still, I mean, say, the school can raise operational expenses. Keeping this, I know that government is going to implement the Minimum Wages Act. So maybe from this, I expected actually from this 2000, that is from this academic session 2020-2021. But anyway, it has not started. So keeping this, this Minimum Wages Act in mind, we try to raise or say collect funds from the students. This is one. So one school, I don't think SNEHA will face any problem about funding. So in spite of the funding, what I'm worried is, I mean, slightly I have apprehension is that school complex. That is one. I'm slightly worried, or say not worried, I have some apprehensions. Then about FCRA amendment, see, I've not gone through the actually amendment in detail. One amendment, so one thing is I know that we have to open our bank accounts in the SBI. That's okay, that we can know whether we open our bank accounts in SBI or any other bank, that doesn't matter, that does not affect. What I just have not gone through, I will go through. I've heard that, is it, just correct me, that now Indian donor agencies like NFI or any other donor agencies cannot support or transfer FCRA funds to other NGOs like SNEHA. Is it true? Please reply me that. So then at the same time, still we can take foreign funds from abroad. So that means still we can we have chance or opportunity to get funds from foreign countries. Then we'll try to raise funds from abroad. This is what. That hardly. I'm really not very worried still, because I know one thing. Like if I have a determination, say, God, see, in other words, I have, I know the art of how to solve problems, that I will say that. So I'm not very worried. Hello? Hello?
Yes, yes.
MK, clear me the FCRA questions.
Okay. So
that Indian donor agencies, Indian funding agencies cannot transfer FC funds to other NGOs like SNEHA. And I mean NFI has FC funds, foreign currency funds, but it cannot transfer to SNEHA. Is it right? Please
Yes.
answer me that part.
As of now, the clauses are that, but the interpretation could be different, and the interpretation of how it will actualize, how it will get operationalized, that is yet to come from the government. So we are also not very clear on how it will go about all these things. So
Okay.
let's wait and see how they are going to implement the laws which they have amended. Okay.
Okay.
We
Okay.
are almost on the same page in terms of the understanding about the amended FCRA laws. Okay,
Yes,
then
yes.
now coming to the latter part of the question, I mean, this would be more or less the last question to the both of you. So suppose tomorrow, a person, someone joins NFI, someone comes to NFI, I mean, someone joins NFI to be working with NFI. So then that person meets you and tells you what is SNEHA and what is the relation between SNEHA and NFI. What would you tell that person to make him or her understand about the relation that NFI and SNEHA has, and how NFI has shaped SNEHA to be an organization of this stage, of this nature? What would you tell that person? Susan, please go first.
NFI has helped SNEHA from inception to till now. I'll say at least till 2000, I'll say 18, 17, 18, 18, 19. 18, 19, 22, like that. I'll say that. How? I don't know. Of course, this is out of the line. See, when as I said earlier also, SNEHA, I found SNEHA in 2001 and applied for 12A and ATG under Income Tax Act, but 12A and ATG was rejected to SNEHA. Then I went to Mr. Ajay Mehta and asked for the trust deed of NFI. And Mr. Mehta had shared me NFI trust deed. I studied that. Then I also studied that. Then I again redrafted my that SNEHA trust deed. This is the starting from since from inception, NFI has been helping SNEHA. Then the first grant, SNEHA got the first grant in 2003 in NGO world. It is the toughest thing. The toughest thing is to get the first grant. So that fund was given to SNEHA. I mean to say, in other words, in NGO world to get funds, you have to get that. I mean, getting the first grant is the biggest challenge for an NGO, and that the first grant was provided by NFI to SNEHA. So not only the first grant. Then in 2015, 2005-6, previous, so before SNEHA at NFI, education was not a full-time or say a long-term program of at NFI. Luckily, it's after entry of SNEHA, say education became a full-fledged program at NFI that helps SNEHA. That went in favor of the SNEHA, getting support, or say in sustaining that long-term support from NFI to SNEHA that helps SNEHA what SNEHA is today. This is then NFI is not only also NFI has not supported SNEHA not only financially. I'll say that NFI provided SNEHA all kinds of support. When I started SNEHA, I was zero. I did not know anything. Anything. I was just graduate of the postgraduate. I did not know anything about accounts, education, even so many silly things. And I used to call NFI, NFI staff, that accounts persons. What is this? What is that? That helps SNEHA. Then, of course, I also help in building SNEHA. Then I'll share. I think I also help NFI a little bit. See, in 2000, from 2009, NFI supported a project proposal to SDTT for 8 or 9 partners in Northeast. And the project was not coming out. It is still getting delayed. Then I used to call at SDTT office. After 3-4 days or after every day, calling every day. I was persistently following up. Finally, the project came. So even Monica shared me that SUSANTA has a great role to play in getting this project, because the SDTT programming staff has shared to it, and maybe with Monica, that SUSANTA used to call me and used to call us. That help us to give you. This is one. Then I don't know, MK. When the Samdashini support came, you came you joined NFI or not? That I brought Samdashini Foundation. I introduced Samdashini Foundation to NFI. Okay, I asked Samdashini Foundation to come to NFI, to come to New Delhi, and Monica, I, and Amitabh, we 3 sat together. Then the relationship built up. From that project, from that time, then that NFI Samdashini Foundation project started for the Northeast. This is one way. Yes. And hello.
Carry on.
Yeah. When Monica told me once, actually, that RT Act came, it was applicable in 2009 or 2010 something. I don't remember exactly. At that time, government was actually closing down schools. In Rajasthan, few schools were already closed, and they were so there was a risk. Also, there was some kind of atmosphere that government was going to close down the schools. Later on, I came to know that from Monica, that they called. I don't know. Maybe they have a link. They know. I don't know whom they know. They telephone in Itanagar, somebody, I don't know whom they have telephone. That school should be protected. So I'm very thankful for that to the NFI. They protected SNEHA. I mean, they have so much care, care for SNEHA. Yeah. And yeah, that's much. I mean, then I can say evaluation part, evaluation of SNEHA. Hello. Oh, that's okay. I'll share later. Hello. Hello. I'm okay. That's okay. I think that's okay. That much. Okay. I'll share later. Yes.
Thank you, Susan. So then now I'm coming to BINOD. I'm coming to BINOD. BINOD, I hope you are still there. or we are making you wait in
Yes, I'm here.
amongst the mosquitoes.
It's okay.
So if you are going to tell to someone who join NFI now, who join NFI maybe future, the future NFI's people, so what will be your message? What did you, how would you tell those people that how NFI has helped you, or how is your partnership, how did your partnership with NFI begins, and how did NFI make impacts your organization? Yes, please go on.
Okay, so
You
what about
feel free to use any dialect, any Hindi, English. We are comfortable.
okay, I will try both. Okay, since I'm not a good speaker, I speak very less, so no problem. I will manage it. Okay, so see, as I said that C. Subramaniam Fellowship in 2011, then 2015. Since 2015, NFI is funding us regularly, and so if we see that SKI is existing now only because of NFI, and see mentors. I have some mentors, among them Raju. Raju is the main person who introduced me to NFI. Then I have people like you and Monica and Jenny, Raju. So definitely, I think I will able to share the relationship between NFI and SKI. Without without NFI, I will I हम तो कर भी नहीं सकते थे कि आज इतना मतलब कि खड़ा हो पा रहा है SKI. So I have stories to tell somebody that how I came to know NFI, or how NFI is partnering us, or how relationship we have with NFI. Because I have to sell a lot of what to say, stories to NFI person who will be coming maybe after a few years. MK जी, और चाहिए इसमें कुछ डालना है?
You can tell, you can tell as much as you want.
Okay.
Or
मैं 2 पॉइंट डाल सकता हूँ?
आप
yes, please go on, please.
Yes. You know, to survive, or say for an NGO to survive, okay, or say without mentor, or say long-term support, long-term donors, long-term financial and other support, and NGO cannot survive. And SNEHA, that at that NFI, that long-term support from inception to till, say, for 10, 12 years has helped what it is today. Without NFI, and SNEHA would have been, maybe, you know, wouldn't have been today, would have been collapsed within 2-3 years. So that long-term support, I just want to say one. Then NFI made a film on SNEHA that cost 8 lakh rupees for NFI, that I came to know from Mr. Jameta. No, that film has helped SNEHA get funds from other NGOs, like the Humanisia from South Korea, and also from some other donors. So this is 2 points. And sometimes I feel that, you know, NFI was fun for me because without NFI, SNEHA or I am would be nowhere. Or what I am today or SNEHA is today is because of NFI. Okay. Okay, that's okay.
विनोद, आप कुछ ऐड करना चाहते हैं क्या इसमें?
मेरे ख्याल से तो उतना ऐड नहीं करना है, क्योंकि शुरू से ही NFI हमारे साथ है और NFI की ही वजह से आज जो भी है, जितना भी कर पा रहा हूँ या किया हूँ, सब NFI का ही है। जैसे कि हम बताए कि मेंटर्स लोग हैं, आप हैं, तो मुझे लगता है कि बाद में अगर जरूरत पड़े, कोई अगर नया आदमी आए, तो I will not have much problem to tell that person that what relationship we have. हो गया?
Okay, thank you so much. So that have been very good, and I mean very few people would get a chance to hear. In case we are not doing this webinar, but since we have recorded this, people will also get to access. Even NFI's employee who are working now, many of them would not be knowing the story behind this. So I'm really glad that you both take out your time, valuable time, to share your stories. And for my last questions, a line or two, a sentence or two, आप जो यंग लोगों को, युवा लोगों को कुछ कहना चाहते हैं, मतलब young people are now facing the challenges of whether they should follow their heart or they should follow their parents' instruction to go for job. What is your instruction? What is your advices to these people? BINOD.
हम तो बोलेंगे कि अपना मन को लेके चलना है, लेकिन ये भी दिखाना है कि वो सही है या गलत है। लेकिन सबसे पहले तो listen to your heart and go ahead, and the goal you have set will be achieved. लेकिन फिर भी पेरेंट्स का उसमें सपोर्ट की जरूरत है। लेकिन फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल have to set goal by itself to achieve something.
Susan, please unmute yourself. Show me your face.
Yes. No, this is very philosophical question. Okay. Philosophical question. You know that कि parents के बात सुने, to hear parents advice, suggestions or self. Even self में भी confusion होता है. Okay. आपने क्या लिखा? What?
म्यूट में चल रहा है सुशांत।
Yes. So some call came and this was.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to say that actually, say, I don't know how many of you know this. Sometimes क्या होता है, अनजान में unknowingly we create our destiny. तो हमने destiny create किया है किसी वक्त, you may not be aware of it, ही होगा through our thought. तो किसकी बात सुने, इवन अपना सेल्फ का भी, ठीक है, अपना सेल्फ का भी हम कभी कभार आपने कुछ क्रिएट किया है किसी वक्त पे, बचपन में या किसी यूथ के टाइम में, और वो जो है once it is recorded in your consciousness, subconscious mind, that is manifested. For example, किसी ने अगर if someone has created that you would do a job, or किसी ने अगर wrong advice, wrong create किया है, that he would become क्या बोलेंगे उसको, चोरी करे, he would become a terrorist or insurgent, बंदूक पकड़ेगा, ठीक है? तो बाद में जाकर के later then उसको realize आया गया कि तो वो उसको control नहीं कर सकता है, because you know your consciousness is compulsive. जो आपका आपने जो लिखा है वही होगा, ये है. So that is something.
Hello. Hello.
Susan, your voice becomes unaudible.
Push me to that, you know, to that desire or to that, you know, that creation, that goals. I was not given chance to go for job. तो इस तरह से होता है. So if you have, तो उस वक्त अगर even if my parents suggest me, I would not hear. Even if I say want to do something different, I would not be allowed to do by the universe. ये है. वो compulsive होता है, आप वही करोगे. ये है. So you have to understand, actually, this is very, that's why I said very philosophical.
So
very
what is one line advices that you wanted to give to the young people who are the same as you 20 years ago?
See, discipline one has to understand that a cause. Discipline your thoughts and feelings. Cause is inside. Okay. Hello. Cause whatever happens in the outside, good or bad, that cause is inside. Cause is not outside. So one has to change the cause, that inside, perceptions, feelings, thoughts. Then only one can change outside. I mean, without changing the mindset or say the thoughts, one cannot change the outside. One cannot change life. So in SNEHA, now I realize, you know, SNEHA can change the entire destiny of, or life and destiny of the Chakmas now. That much capacity SNEHA has now. Not SNEHA, but I have. See, what we need to actually, to change the life, to change the destiny of a community, of an individual, you have to change the thought patterns. However good education, however one obtains degrees, one will not be successful, one will not accept successful, one will not achieve his desires and goals until and unless one changes his thoughts and feelings. So first is thoughts and feelings, then automatically that outside changes, that is inside. So one has to change inside, then one can only change outside. Without changing inside, however hard work one may do, outside will not change. Okay. Yes, MK.
Susan, thank you very much for your philosophical advices.
Yes.
We will try and circulate these videos to as many audiences as possible, also to you people, so that you can also circulate it to your community. So thank